For more on Venezuela, we're joined now by Eduardo Gamarra in Miami, Florida. He's a political science professor at Florida International University. Professor, welcome to the show. A lot of confusion behind who or what was behind the explosion. Which side should we believe right now?
It's very hard to really identify what's behind this. On the one hand, it's quite feasible that the government is simply making this up, even might have orchestrated it as a way to detract attention from what really is already a historical 1,000,000% inflation. It's a record in Latin America, and it's approaching record levels worldwide and historically. So that could be. And then secondly, of course, the fact that the government is, first it represses people, it's conducted elections fraudulently, it's really a de facto government, then it has also opened up the way for groups that believe that it is their legitimate right to try to overthrow the government, including, the possibility of assassinating the president.
Well, we heard from President Maduro. He says that the financiers of this attack right now live in Florida, the U.S., and also he pointed fingers at Colombia, his neighbor. Why are those countries targeted?
Well, that's just part and parcel of the way in which Maduro has orchestrated his let me just call it his strategic communications. From the very beginning, even under his predecessor Chavez, it's always been the United States, the mafia, so to speak, of Venezuelan exiles that live in Miami. That's how he's portrayed them. So that becomes kind of a very, very easy scapegoat. And then the second thing is, of course, the Colombian president, who always has been seen as a threat, and especially I would say within the last 18 months, when Venezuela started conducting elections, fraudulent elections, and repressing Venezuelans, that the Colombian government began to voice its vociferous opposition to that. So I think it's just very common, very often the case that the Venezuelan government accuses the United States and Colombia, the two easiest countries to accuse.
Well, meanwhile, President Maduro said within the next day or so he will release the names of those assassins. Who could be those assassins if proven that it was an assassination?
Look, in my opinion, this is an opportunity that the president of Venezuela has to sweep. He will sweep within the armed forces. He'll sweep within civilians that have been in the opposition, and it presents him a very, very unique opportunity to jail his opponents, in addition to those that he already has in jail. So it'll be interesting to see what names there are presented, but I frankly think that it's going to be just part of the strategy that we now know has been going on for at least 4 years of repressing the opposition and jailing them indefinitely.
Well, one last question, the use of drones. Drones-like devices are said to have caused the explosion, but we haven't heard a whole lot about using drones to assassinate a state leader, have we?
Well, I think it would be a unique approach, wouldn't it? At least, drones are now very easy to purchase, and I imagine that you can load it with explosives. But I'm not sure even that perhaps the U.S.-led drones that are so sophisticated are the ones that we can think about. But certainly, these look like drones that were probably purchased at Walmart. So.
All right, Eduardo Gamarra from Miami, Florida. Thank you so much for your perspective.
You're very welcome. Thank you.